The party will end if I fall asleep, but I just wanted to take a nap while everyone else kept having fun. Was our puzzle just now a hard one? Yeah, I still don't really get it, and I'm sleepy. It's called posterior probability. That's what we call it when the probability of something changes because we learn or fail to learn some piece of information. Did George Oni-chan call me all the way over here to lecture me on math? For some reason I feel even sleepier now. So, if we have 1 almond and 10 slices of cake, our chances of getting it are 10%. But what if we learned that those 10 pieces were chosen at random from 100 pieces? You'd think the probability went from 1 in 10 to 1 in 100, right? Absolutely nothing has changed about your slice of cake. Depending on whether you know or don't know a certain fact, the probability of your slice being a winner changes. Doesn't that sound strange? What if there was almonds in all the slices of cakes and only Ava? And of course, Angie not in on it, so she's like, oh, I found an almond. But what if there was almonds in every slice of cake? But they knew who they wanted. They wanted Ava and Maria to be the winner. And then, of course, Battler could have just used magic to make it work, but whatever. That sounds hard, so I don't want to think about it. Angie, please just listen until the end. Jessica Oni-chan's voice grew a bit stern. As young as I was, I couldn't understand what all this was supposed to mean to me. There's only one thing I want to tell you, so please don't forget this. What? In the future, various bits of information will affect the slice of cake in your hands. By learning about those, the insides of your slice might change. Sometimes they'll change into things you want, but most likely almost all the changes will be bad ones. The truth is always right in there in your hands, Angie. Don't you think it's stupid to let it change around just because you hear other people talking? Just because they think the truth should be one thing or another. The truth inside of you has been in your hands since the beginning. The nature of that truth is actually something you decide for yourself. You change it yourself depending on what you hear and what you refuse to listen to. You probably don't get what we're saying, but you have to understand. Even if you can't understand when you're 6 years old, I'm sure you will once 12 years have passed. With very serious expressions on their face, they grasped my shoulders as they spoke. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. The truth that lies in your hands is not unchangeable. You'll be interfered with in many ways that'll make it change. So if the truth in your hands is really important to you, you need to protect it yourself. Don't forget it. Next is Oni-chan and Beatrice's puzzles, and then I'm done. Aw, really? Even though there were so many of us, it looks like it's finally over. How was it? Did you enjoy tonight's party? Yeah, it was fun, but I think I'm a bit sleepy. That's no surprise considering how much we've been running around. I rubbed my eyes. I must have gotten really excited, but whenever I get excited, I'm always tired afterward. Right now, I'd rather have a sofa to lie on than medals. I've got a special puzzle just for you, but are you sure you want it? If you're sleepy, you can stop now. No, I've come this far, so I'll keep going. Yawn. Oni-chan and Beato laughed at my yawn. Looks like it's time to call it a day. Indeed, Angie, let us leave my puzzle for later. It's too difficult to be solved by one with eyes as sleepy as that. No way, I've come this far, and I also want Oni-chan's medal. I'm just so sleepy. This is what Red Bull was invented for. Angie drifted all over to a chair in the corner room and plopped down onto it. Then she closed her eyes and sat there like a doll. It didn't take long before the cute sound of her breathing in her sleep could be heard. When she saw that Angie-chan was finally asleep, Beato spoke softly. Quiet, please, everyone. Angie fell asleep. When she spoke, the peaceful clatter that filled the room fell silent. Everyone looked down at Angie's sleeping face. Each of them wore an affectionate gaze as if they'd just watched a baby finally drift to sleep. Did Angie-chan have a good time? But of course, the feeling might not be so strong now, but one day she will surely remember tonight's party and understand how fun it was. You're right. It was fun for us too, getting to play with Angie-chan. By this point, everyone was standing in a wide circle around Angie as she slept. Now that the guest of honor was asleep, this Halloween party had reached its conclusion. So long, my granddaughter. I was so pleased to have this chance to play with you again after 12 years. It matters not if you forget everything about me. Remember me as an arrogant despot. But every now and then, just try and remember how much I adored you. She will remember. Angie-san, you have a long life ahead of you. Even after 12 years, there is still much for you to experience. I pray that you find this life meaningful and worthwhile. You are the final grandchild and daughter of the Ushiromiya family. All of us pray for your happiness. Angie-chan, stay well. Happiness isn't something you find, it's something you make. And in fact, memories work the same way. True, there are some things we only truly understand when we think back on them years later. Make sure you remember my pretty face every now and then. Just having you remember us is the greatest memorial service we could ever have. Oh, come on, it's not like we're dying, we're just going to the inside of the cat box, the other side of the curtain. That's right, it's not even a curtain, it's just like we are now. Angie-chan's there sleeping away. The rest of us are right by her side watching over her. We'll always be with her. All of them still wore warm smiles, but the sound of sniffling came from several places throughout the room. This party wasn't only for the girl who wasn't able to be here to this day, it was also for all those people who weren't able to meet her here, who never had the chance to say goodbye. Angie, live life strongly. Our blood flows through your veins. That'll definitely bring you strength. Avane-san, take care of our daughter. She's not honest with herself, and she'll often be selfish and short-tempered. She might be a pain all the time, but I'll make sure. She finds happiness, as long as she wants it herself. Anji-sama, it's okay if you forget my face, but please, at least remember the taste of my cooking. Oh, and I won't ask you to remember old Kumasawa, but please at least remember the taste of mackerel juice. Someone said, when you feed her that? And everyone laughed at Riley. Her face looks so cute sleeping there like that. She looks like an angel, just like her name. She's not an angel. She's a witch. Angie's the final witch, Angie Beatrice. I wonder if that magic will bring her happiness. Will she become a white witch or a black witch? That's for Angie to choose. I've shown her both sides. I'm sure a painful life lies ahead for you. You'll probably believe that you're all alone in this world, but we will always be there right behind you, cheering you on. Don't forget that. Angie, don't forget yourself, your happiness, your fate. These are all things you create for yourself. Only you can choose them. No one else can give you them, and no one else can hide them from you. Don't forget that. I'm sure your message reached her. I hope so. I'm certain the tale of the two of us will help Anji-sama understand. Yeah. Don't you have anything to tell her, George-sama? I've already said all I wanted with that box puzzle. Will the puzzle teach her something? I don't know, but I do know that she's wise. I'm sure she'll learn something from it, Angie-sama. I pray that you're guided along the right path as you move towards the future. One by one, they stepped forward and said words of farewell to Angie. Then finally, Battler and Beato walked forward. Angie? Were you able to remember everyone at least a little bit? Of course, Angie didn't answer in her sleep, but Battler continued. It's true that the Ushiromias are a strange family. We're super rich, and that's given rise to all sorts of rumors and stories. However, that's all speculation made by people outside the island. No one will blame you for forgetting these kind memories, young as you were. But even so, you must remember, it is not a sin to forget. But to not remember again is a sin. All of us were really happy to have you at this party. Right, everyone? Everyone nodded at Battler's words. Everyone knew about the merciless and lonely life that awaited her. It was no longer possible for them to heal those wounds. If there was one thing they could do, it was to make her remember what a kind, fun family she once had, to remind her that both today and into the future, they would always care for her and watch over her. It goes without saying that this is an illusion. You cannot come to Rockinjima on October 4th, 1986. This whole party we shared was all a magical illusion, created by the Game Master Battler. But you've remembered, right? You've remembered the truth. About how kind everyone was, and how much of a blast we all had at the family conferences, right? Angie breathed softly in her sleep. Who knows if those words truly reached her? Aunt Ava. Crying noises. Take care of her. Do you really think that I deserve to become her mother? I do. Even though your own sadness was so unbearable. You tried so hard to be a mother for Angie. No, she didn't. But in the end, it's okay. Angie listened carefully. Battler grasped Angie's hand and then took Ava's hand and joined the two hands together. We know that a tragic fate leads to a future where you two hurt each other. It's a sad thing for Angie and just as sad for Aunt Ava. It would have been cruel to ask you to open your heart to her. Likewise, it would have been cruel to ask Aunt Ava to keep on overcoming her sadness after being rejected. Neither of you is at fault. I still blame Ava. Even so, we have no right to tell you to forgive her, so we won't. Just try and understand. It doesn't matter how long it takes, how far into the future it happens. Just try and understand Aunt Ava. And every once in a while, remember us. I concur. And every once in a while, remember this merry, cheerful, attractive paragon of a woman and chant my name in praise 3 times every day." The relative smiled bitterly, apparently disagreeing with some of that last bit. Ava softly stroked Angie's cheek and spoke one last time. "It's okay if you don't forgive your aunt, but it's true that I don't hate you. At least understand that." Ava wiped her eyes and slowly stood up. Hideyoshi held her shoulder, and Rudolph and Kairi gathered around her too. "Genji-san, would you mind carrying Angie to somewhere she can lie down? As you wish. Shall I take her to the guest house? It would be a little too sad to leave her there all alone. You're right. Could you carry her to a sofa in the parlor? That way she'll be able to come back if she wakes up and feels like joining in again." Genji gently lifted Angie up and carried her towards the parlor. Everyone continued to watch over her as she left. Shannon, Cannon, in the end, how many medals did Angie gather? She got 11 medals. I see. Then place this by her pillow. Yes, as you wish. Genji carried Angie to the parlor and set her down on the sofa. Shannon quietly laid a warm blanket on top of her. Cannon placed a message card by her pillow, along with that thing Kinzo had handed them. The message card read as follows: "We'll all be with you, always. From the whole Ushiromiya family." And there, right by her pillow, was the gift from Kinzo, a music box that was passed down through the ages. Angie, mumbling in her sleep, held it tightly against her cheek. "Let us go. We mustn't wake her." "Nay-san?" "Yeah." Shannon thought she saw something glittering silver near Angie's eyes. The servants left and closed the parlor door. As Angie slept, she was wrapped up in the soft sound of the rain. Surely she was reliving that fun evening once more in her dreams. After putting Angie to sleep in the parlor, Genji and the others returned. "Thanks. Was she sleeping well?" "Yes, she is sleeping peacefully. The noise from here won't reach the parlor, right?" "That's right. The door is closed. I don't think it will reach." "Angie, sweet dreams." Well then.